Welcome to the FYE Talks podcast for our episode, Diversify Your Income, Side Hustles.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to FYE Talks. I'm your host, Trinity Bradley, and today I have with me Darian Wilbert. How are you, Darian?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, that's good. Today we are going to talk about side hustles. So when you think of the word side hustle, what do you think about?
I think about something that somebody decides to do on the side to make some money. And the first thing that comes to mind is like online stuff, like YouTube, blogging. I know so many people who do stuff like that. So that's what I think of.
So do you have any experiences with side hustles?
I have 2 jobs, so I guess one could be considered a side hustle. I do work study at the college, and then I also work at Goodwill one day a week. So I'm not sure which one is my side hustle, but one of them.
Well, that's like the same for me. So here I work as a tutor, but I also do work study over here in the lift with the FYE program, which you do something with the FYE program.
Yeah, I'm the lead peer mentor.
So a side hustle is something that students can do to help make some money and pay off their debt, because it's kind of easy to get into debt with school. So what are some examples of side hustles that you know of?
Well, since I work at Goodwill, I know a lot of customers that come in and they will thrift shop and then sell it back. Like they'll come in, like Sundays are 99-cent day, so they'll come in and buy stuff and then sell it like at a flea market or whatever.
Yeah, I have a friend who goes to Goodwill often, and he'll find like old Tommy Hilfiger jackets, and he goes and resells them for like triple, quadruple what he bought, and it's crazy. So my friend, he does shoes, so he'll like go to like shoe conventions and he will buy shoes, but then he like resells them for more than what he bought, and he makes pretty good money, but I wouldn't even know how to get started doing that.
We have a lot of regulars that come in like every single day and just shop for hours and then spend a ton of money and then sell it for a ton more. So
I've seen people who will thrift clothes, or they even go to flea markets and they'll get antiques, and they will go online. I think the app's called Mercari. Yeah, and they'll do Etsy too. And they'll like, if they get this bowl, like say they get a glass bowl that's an antique, they'll like repaint it. And then like resell it.
Upcycling.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do that too.
A really popular one that I know of that a lot of people do in more like civilized towns, like with bigger populations, would be food delivery. Like Uber Eats, DoorDash.
My mom does Shipt.
What is Shipt?
Shipt is grocery shopping for other people and then dropping it off at their house. And it's like an app. I haven't heard of it in Kentucky, but she's up in Michigan. So
yes. I think in Kentucky they do Postmates, which like with the coronavirus going on,
Oh, yeah.
People are terrified to go to grocery stores and buy their groceries.
It's a good business to do right now.
So they will use Postmates, and they will go and order their groceries online and then send someone else to pick them up and like do contactless curbside and just drop it off at their house. I think another good one, like for people who are crafty kind of, is Etsy.
Oh, yeah.
One of my friends, she makes earrings, and she actually has a pretty good business doing that, and it helps her pay for school, but I don't know.
I'm not crafty.
Yeah, I'm not either.
It's a great idea. I love Etsy.
Yeah, I love shopping on there, but I could not make the products for it. There's a side hustle that I saw that I wouldn't be good at because I'm a math and science person, but you are the English person.
Yeah.
So, people will proofread and write essays for not write the whole essay for them because that would be plagiarism. That's illegal.
Don't do that.
That would get you kicked out of college. But they will proofread and comment on their drafts for a fee.
Yeah, I don't know why I never thought of that, but when we started talking about it, it's like I would be so great at that because I do that anyways, not meaning to. I'm like, oh, that.
Let me read that. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Or another thing, I'm not really good at writing resumes or cover letters because I just don't know what words to write.
Yeah.
But I feel like you would be good at doing that. And that's something you could also do when you're peer mentor, not tell people, hey, come to my free peer mentor program, but I'll charge you $50 to write a cover letter.
Yeah.
But people helping them write resumes or cover letters for jobs would be a good thing. What about any kind of, have you done any freelancing? Like any?
I haven't. I've looked into that because I was looking at like things that you can do from home and stuff like that. I haven't done it. I was afraid of like scams.
Yeah.
But I would say obviously freelancing is a thing. So having the right. I'm losing it here.
Okay. Well, I talked to one of the FYE success coaches, and Alexis, she said that she did freelancing, and she said that she would go and be like a ghostwriter kinda and write articles and stuff and write for blogs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like that's cool, but again, like I'm not creative writer. I can't do that.
I've thought of doing the blog thing, but it's like my life's not very interesting. So I don't know what I would say, but maybe ghostwriting. That's a great idea.
There's like people who are like here for the computer science programs and know how to code stuff, which I wouldn't even know where to start doing that. But like if there's any computer people, they can code and write programs and like design websites for people too.
I have a friend who did that. I don't know if he still does, but he used to do that in school.
Yeah, my brother does computer stuff. Like he knows how to code, but whenever he shows it to me, I'm like, how do you know what these 5 combinations of ones and zeros mean the word hello? Another thing that people do is they can proctor tests. So like some staff here on campus, they proctor the ACT. So, literally your only job is you get paid to make sure people don't cheat.
That's a great idea.
And you check calculators and stuff, but you just sit there while the kids take a test and make sure they don't cheat. But another one, if you want to do federal work study, which I highly recommend.
Yes.
We have tutoring here, and I am a tutor over at the Win Center. So I tutor math and science, but tutoring is a really good way to keep your knowledge base like building up and to spread it to others, which personally I like tutoring, but it's not for everybody. But if you're like a smart person who has a natural like teaching abilities, you should totally do it. Same thing with over here at the lift, the lift, it's just you pretty much sit over here and make sure people don't act crazy and do dumb stuff. That's all you got to do. Like, you get paid to sit here and watch Netflix with people. Sounds pretty good to me.
Right. And being part of the work study program, too, I was surprised because I think 20 hours is the most hours you can get a week for work study. So I lucked out. I got the maximum of that. And then I know that being a peer mentor, there's not I don't think you can do that through work study, but we do have a scholarship thing for that, where if you want to be a peer mentor, you'll get $250 a semester for participating, so $500 a year if you're in the peer mentor program. So that's cool.
And what do they exactly do in the peer mentor program if they are looking into it? Like, what's just a general idea of, $500 a year sounds pretty good. So
right, for a scholarship, it's like you're saying with tutoring, when you have like this knowledge base and like, I can help you with your homework, and it's like I would not be good at that. Like, I'm good at lots of subjects, but I wouldn't have the ability to like sit down and tutor somebody that way. I don't think. Yeah, absolutely not. But peer mentoring is like kind of the same in a way, where it's like, come in, we'll sit down, we'll talk. Time management skills. If you just need to like have somebody to soundboard with, and it's just like, I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. It's like, okay, well, it's gonna be okay, first of all. And then it's like, here's what I have as resources. Let's see what we can do to help you, or whatever like that. So it's like helping them help themselves, which I think is great.
So like I tutor knowledge and like school stuff, but the peer mentor program is kind of like, I'm going to tutor you on life lessons and life skills and help you. I know you're struggling in this class, but I can get you the resources to help you.
Right, exactly. Be like, well, Trinity does math, so let's hook you up with Trinity.
You fell in your class, well, she'll help you real quick. Another cool thing that I looked into, I was going to do it myself, but I didn't have time because nursing school is taking up all my time.
Yeah.
If you have, I believe, don't cite me on this. But if you have 90 hours in any college credits, you can be a substitute teacher. And I'm pretty sure substitute teachers is every day you tutor is $100, $150.
That's
and usually whenever you get a substitute teacher in high school, the teacher's like, movie day.
right.
So you just get to sit there all day with kids and let them watch a movie.
Yeah, I would assume that's a little daunting though. I feel like you have to have a
but you
steel heart there.
But there's some teachers that expect substitute teachers to teach them something, but then there's some that's I'm going to give you busy work, just make sure they do it. It's not hard.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would be really good for students, especially if they, if they just have a free day, they can be like, hey, I can work, every Friday because we don't technically have school on Fridays here at ECTC. So
those are my days for working at Goodwill's Fridays because I don't have any class or anything like that.
Yeah.
And now we break for a program plug.
Hello, everybody. Glad to talk to you today with this FYE Talk session. Actually, what this session is going to be about is international travel and learning about other cultures. My name is Kevin Parrott. I'm just starting my 14th year at ECTC. I've been here for, I can't believe it's been that long. But what I do, I take students and expose them to cultures around the world going to various countries. To date, I have taken students to over 30 countries with ECTC, and I myself personally have been to over 50 countries. I've been to more countries than states. I'm going to show you how you can go. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I'm also ECTC's International Education Director and also the Chair of Global Studies for the system. So anyway, I'm just going to tell you all the different places that we go every single year, and I'm just going to show you some of these flyers. Just in these flyers alone, there's Greece, Tanzania, Africa, Spain, Peru, Paris, Morocco, which is also in Africa. There's Mexico, Japan, Denmark, Costa Rica, Berlin, Austria, Argentina, and we've got this many more different places that we go every single year. The one that we have for the big one, this is the big tour. I tell everybody you can go on any of these, but the one that most of the people are going on, there's over 30 on this one. It's for May of 2021. It's right after the spring semester ends next year after graduation. It's about May 14th to 22nd. This is going to what they call the British Isles. That's Ireland, England, and Wales. So 3 countries on one tour, and that's 9 days. There's all kinds of information here. Actually, at the end, I'll attach this flyer so you can get more information. It has my contact information at the bottom and also the link for the tour itself. Other than that, I also pair students up with the funding because that's the number one cost or the number one issue is cost. So I pair students up with some funding that's available. Dr. Pate's been very generous giving and donating for student scholarships. Also, there's scholarships to the U.S. Department of State that I help students apply for and various other sources that we have here at the college. So again, if you think it's out of your reach, please rethink that because we do have lots of scholarship money every single year for students to go. Again, my name is Kevin Parrott, and there will be a PowerPoint attached to this, so look for that too, and it will show you probably 30 different countries that I've taken students to around the world. Thank you so much.
A couple more things that I didn't look into personally, but I researched was landscaping. If you had a mower, you could just my little brother, he's 13 and he makes $300 every other week mowing lawns.
Awesome.
He looks
sweet.
like Bobby Boucher on The Waterboy, riding his little lawnmower down the road with his mullet and dipping the lip, everything, going to mow people's lawns in the neighborhood. And I'm like, that is my little brother. Hello. But, lawn and gardening or just, if it's the winter time, going and shoveling snow out of your neighbor's yard.
Yeah, that'll always be a good side hustle, I feel like. Everybody's always done that.
And, if it's your cute little elderly grandma neighbor who can't drive her car and can't get out there and shovel snow, just you can go help her. Or, I know there's some people that look for a maid. They can go and clean houses.
Yeah.
A good thing would be being a pool boy or a pool girl, I guess. And
Yeah.
going and clean people's pools because I know I hate vacuuming the pool. It is such a task.
I've never had one, but I assume it's probably like a giant aquarium. I never liked cleaning my fish tanks.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
Yeah, cleaning pools is not fun, but that would be another thing. I mean, you just fish out a couple leaves. Maybe they want you to vacuum, maybe they don't. It's kind of easy. So a big topic also with side hustles is, this job sounds cool and all, but how do you know if it's a scam.
Right.
Because you don't want to get yourself into something and then get hacked and bad stuff happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, what do you think is one of the telltale signs that, like, something ain't right?
I would say, especially with like, there's always websites that are like, oh, it's free, but put in your credit card information.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not really how that works. Or asking for your social security information and stuff like that. Like, you don't need to put your address in. It's like, why is that relevant?
Yeah. Like, hey, take surveys from home, but I need a picture of your passport.
Right.
What does that have to do with working from home? I think another thing is that, like, you have to make a payment to get the job. Like, any legitimate job, you don't have to pay.
Well, I think with like some marketing stuff, like I've heard of It Works, which is like a home networking whatever, and like you pay like $100 and then they give you the stuff to sell. But that doesn't. I've heard good and bad things about things that do that, like unique makeup or whatever, where it's like
Pyramid schemes.
right.
Let me tell you, if you get into a pyramid scheme, you're probably going to make money because the person you signed under probably has 50 billion other people signed under them.
Right.
So it ain't even worth it.
I feel like you could even if it is legit, I feel like you could easily get lost in the shuffle if you're not willing to like put it in for yourself.
Like that's another one of those side hustles that have like Monet, whatever, the hair stuff.
Yeah.
People are always like, oh my gosh, makes my, like, you can obviously see the post on Facebook from people that are like, my hair feels 20 years younger and it's never been shinier. And, oh my gosh. And I'm like, wow. But $100 for a bottle of shampoo?
Right. I actually have one of those on mine, and I'm like, your hair does look really great, but it kind of always did. So it's like, I don't know.
Are you lying to me?
Yeah.
Like, Another one is like Rodan and Fields. That stuff is expensive, and people sell it, and it's like, you get kind of a good. You're like, I'm going to sell you this kit for $250, but the original price is like $240, so you only make a $10 profit.
Yeah.
And, like you said, unique. And there's so many different little kind of makeup things that you sell. But, like, there's one makeup that people sell, and it's really cheap. And they're like, wow, drugstore price. But the person selling it only makes like $1 profit.
Right. Yeah, you just have to be careful and do a lot of research. I looked into the It Works thing, and a lot of it, too, is, like, social media stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't have the following for that. So it's like, it wouldn't be, I would lose my money doing it for sure.
Like, if you feel like you're going to do it and make a good profit, good profit, go for it. But if you feel like you're going to do it and barely make any, like, if you're going to invest more than you'll make, there's no sense in it. Because, like the pyramid schemes, they're like, oh, you get $50 each person you sign up. But then the person that you also sign up under gets even more people. And the person they sign up under gets even more. Like, you're just too far down the pyramid to get anything.
Right.
I think another sign of a scam would be like if you applied, like if you sent in your application, but then they sent you back an email and it was like, you have a problem with your account or banking information. We need blah, blah, blah. Or, you get an email from Honey Boo Boo Child 589.
Yeah, it's like the email is obviously not professional.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fox Striker. I don't think you're a legitimate person.
I was on Craigslist once, and I was looking at jobs, and I think it was like a bartender something, and I just clicked on it, whatever, and it was like, text this number with a picture of yourself. And I was like, okay, human trafficking? Like, no, thank you.
Not a good idea. Hello. That's another thing. So, like, if you click on it and it seems like you feel like it's sketchy and it's like very vague, and you can like obviously tell if like it's fake. It's like if someone posts on there and they're like, yes, send pic face, very pretty. Yes, you like job, I send job. Like,
right. Yeah.
Something ain't right. And if it's in like all lowercase and don't capitalize, use correct grammar, you're like, okay, something's wrong.
Broken English or, broken whatever language you speak.
Another good thing to see is like if they're like, we need you to cash this check and send it to this bank or wire us money. Like, they don't do that.
Yeah, we actually got something in the mail and it said it was from Dr. Pepper, I think, and it was like, cash this check and then start, and then we'll send you our logo and you put it on your car. And I was like, you sent me a check. That's a little weird. So we like looked it up and it was a scam. But and it was like Dr. Pepper was like, if you get this in the mail, like don't, like we're not, that's not us.
Well, see, it's like one time Dell customer service called me like it was the 1-800. Like these scammers are getting pretty smart though.
Yeah.
And it was like the 1-800 number, and they left me a voicemail, and I was like, that's not another thing. If it's a 1-800 number and it's like a legit customer service, they won't leave you a voicemail. Like you won't get a voicemail from them.
And that's another thing too, just like a general thing. Like the Social Security office doesn't call you.
Yeah. The IRS does not call you. They're like, you're in tax fraud. We're going to come get you. They don't do that. So Dell customer service calls me and they said something. Okay, keep in mind, my laptop that they called me about, that the warranty expired on, got stolen 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they called me and they were like, yes, is this Miss Bradley? And I'm like, yes, who is this? This is Dell customer service. We're just calling to tell you that your warranty on your laptop has expired. Can you please send us the money to extend your warranty? And I'm like, oh, the warranty on the laptop that got stolen that I already got reimbursed for? Oh,
no.
I was like, yeah. So then I called back the number, but it was weird because at first I was like, I'll call them back. So I called back and it was actual Dell customer support that answered it. And I was like, I just got a call from you all and a voicemail saying that I needed to send them my credit card number.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, someone's been doing that and we haven't been able to track them, but I promise we will never leave a voicemail. So I was like,
wow,
something's fishy.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny because I was like, yes, let me pay warranty on a laptop that was stolen.
Yeah.
It's like, do you get the calls about the extended car warranty?
All the time.
Oh my
my
gosh.
boyfriend gets them and he's like, I haven't seen that. It got totaled 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like
They call me and they're like, we need to, your extended car warranty is going out. I'm like, oh, on my rebuilt title 2007 Pontiac G6?
Yeah.
That's got a big warranty on it.
Yeah, my car is like 11 years old. Like it doesn't, it's gone.
I think another thing that's like big is if you look at the job listing and you're like, oh, I make $50 an hour walking a dog.
Yeah, that's a little
excessive.
not the truth.
I mean, yeah, if you're walking a dog for a billionaire, but you're going to be walking a dog for Steve Jobs. I mean,
Yeah.
like if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Probably is.
A big thing also is like you should do research on your employer.
Absolutely.
So, you can go on the Better Business Bureau and look up, because if it's like a legit business, well, semi-legit business, they have to be listed on there. And if you don't see them listed on there,
Right.
something's up. And, not all the time you'll get the weird emails that are like random name. It'll be like from a company, but then you check it to see if the company's there and it's completely like not even a thing.
Yeah, doesn't exist.
It's like Shirley's Honeybee Farm. I don't think you're real. Is there anything else that you would think would be a scam? I think if they try to interview, like phone call interview, yes.
Right,
Like,
especially right now.
Yeah, and if they schedule an in-person interview, like that's like real thing. But if they're like, oh, join me in this web chat session and we'll interview you,
Yeah.
I don't think they would do that. But I think the bottom line of doing side hustles and getting jobs is to always trust your gut and
Right.
do what you enjoy. If you get some random person emailing you with sloppy grammar and a totally weird email, and do not open any document that they send you either, because it's probably a scam and a virus.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I think that is all on this episode. We will see you next week.